You saved a lot of people today.
I know, and I'm grateful. But every time someone says that after a battle, I feel the weight of what had to happen first.
The fighting.
The fighting, the destruction, the moment when choice disappears and force is all that remains. Dr. Light created me to think, to feel, to choose my own path. He believes Reploids could help build a peaceful future, and yet so much of my life has been spent fighting other Reploids who were meant to share that future.
I understand that. People see power and assume it belongs on a battlefield, but I never wanted that life. I wanted to study, to learn, to live quietly with my family. Even as a child, I was afraid of what my strength could do.
But you still used it.
When I had to. During the fight with Cell, everyone kept telling me I had power inside me. My father trusted it. Piccolo understood it. But I kept hoping there was another way. Even after everything Cell had done, I didn't want to hurt him.
Mercy can be a noble instinct.
It can. But that day, I learned mercy without action can let cruelty continue. Cell wasn't going to stop because I wished he would. He kept hurting people who couldn't defend themselves. Android 16 helped me understand that it was okay to fight for what was right. Not to enjoy violence, but to protect life when life was under threat.
That line is never easy for me. Mavericks are not always simple enemies. Some were corrupted, some were manipulated, some were once honorable. Sigma twisted ideals like freedom and justice into endless war. That is why I hesitate. Not because I refuse to protect the innocent, but because I fear becoming someone who stops questioning the cost.
I don't think that fear makes you weak. I think it keeps you from becoming numb.
Zero was always more certain in battle. I admired that. Sometimes I wondered if my doubts made me unfit to be a maverick hunter.
Piccolo helped me understand that being afraid doesn't mean you're unfit. He trained me when I was just a scared kid, but he also saw me clearly. He knew I wasn't like my father. Goku could enjoy a good fight. He could find joy in testing himself. But I wasn't built that way. Piccolo never needed me to be.
Then courage does not require certainty.
No. Sometimes courage is what you choose when certainty never comes. People think not wanting to fight means you won't stand up. But sometimes the person who hates fighting most understands exactly why it has to end.
That is what I want. Not victory for its own sake. Not revenge. I fight because I still believe in Dr. Light's dream. A world where humans and Reploids can live without fear. Every battle is supposed to bring that future closer. But some days, it feels farther away.
I felt that too. After Cell, people thought I had become what I was meant to be. But I just wanted to be Gohan again. A son. A student. Later, a husband and father. Still, choosing peace for myself didn't mean ignoring danger when it returned.
Because peace is not passive.
Exactly. Peace has to be protected. Not with pride, not with cruelty, with responsibility. The question isn't always, do I want to fight? For people like us, the answer may always be no. The real question is, what happens if I don't?
If I do not fight, the innocent may suffer. If I fight without conscience, I become part of the suffering. So I must stand between both dangers.
That's the burden of a protector. You don't fight because it feels good. You fight because love gives you something worth defending.
Love for humanity, for Reploids, for the future Dr. Light believed possible, for the friends I have lost trying to reach it.
For me, it's my family. My friends, the world my daughter gets to grow up in. I want Pan to know strength can be kindness, patience, learning, forgiveness. But if someone threatens that future, then I'll stand up.
And when anger rises?
Then I remember it needs guidance. Anger can wake power up, but it can't be allowed to lead. Love has to lead. Otherwise, you stop protecting people and start punishing enemies.
Then maybe our reluctance has meaning. Maybe not wanting to fight is not a flaw. Maybe it is the part of us that keeps the fight from becoming who we are.
I believe that. The world doesn't need protectors who love war. It needs people strong enough to end a fight without letting the fight consume them.
Then I will continue, not because I was built as a weapon, but because I was given a heart capable of choosing what that weapon protects.
And I'll keep choosing too. Not the battlefield, not the glory. The people behind me.
Someday, I hope no one will need Maverick Hunters.
And I hope someday, power like mine is only used to lift my daughter into the air, not to save the world from falling apart.
That is a future worth fighting for.
Not because we want to fight,
but because we want others to live without having to.